What's up? Welcome back to Henry's documentary. My name's Henry Deering. Today I'm going to be talking about the Jim Rome reinvention project, what I've learned from it, why I started listening to it, and everything that I've learned. Those who don't know, Jim Rome is one of the biggest, largest sports talk hosts in all of the world. My first takeaway as soon as I started listening was Jim Rome is a lot like me. It's weird because the thoughts that he was expressing, the things that he was saying, are things that I think, are things that I have said. And that was super interesting to me and super captivating, and honestly has kept me listening. And basically what he does is he brings on people to help him reinvent himself, but the show is about, as a whole, how can you reinvent yourself to live your best life, to have your best years ahead of you no matter what age you are. This is something that's super interesting to me. Even as a 19-year-old, I love this process of development and progress and growth. One of the things that he says that I like a lot is that you are who you roll with. And he's very confident in what he said. He's very practical in what he says. And it's very easy to pick up on and adopt these things that he is saying even after a day of listening to these episodes. The first person I listened to was John Gordon. John Gordon is known for positive thinking. Positive thinking and why positive. And he shares that a lot. He shares why positive. He got to a point in his early 30s where his wife threatened to leave him. He had kids and he wanted to make a change. So he made the change to be a positive thinker. He turned his life around. And that is very important because he found his purpose. He sought to find his purpose. And that's what he tells people. When you want to find positivity, seek your purpose. I can already see how this is helping me because I've had times of negative thought and then I was like, wait, I'm in control. Let me just think positive. And able to flip the script just through taking action. And I was like, I got down on myself mentally. And I was like, wait, what would I do if I was happy right now? I think this is something that we need to think about is our positive thinking, or our thinking in general. How can it be more positive? Because we're in control of our thoughts. And something that he brought up is that I talk to myself. I don't listen to myself. So when you think about yourself in the middle of the day, when you're on a run, when you're on a walk, when you're driving, are you thinking to yourself or are you talking to yourself? Because I personally know that I am thinking to myself. I'm not talking to myself. My subconscious, whatever's up here, this voice in my head, it's talking to me. And while, yes, we might be on board some of the time, when I look in the pantry and I take the junk food out that I don't want to eat, I am listening to that. I'm submitting to that instead of talking to it, like having discipline and control. And this is where positivity results, is in control and in purpose, finding your purpose, knowing why you're doing something, knowing why you're here, establishing that this is not an accident, that we're here for a purpose, and your life is not an accident, that you have a reason to be here and a purpose to fulfill, something that you were born to do. And I think that's very important and a very key takeaway that this guy, John Gordon, was spit. Eric Thomas, also known as E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher. He is a motivational speaker. The biggest thing that I learned from him that he kept repeating, that was repeated, was if you want to be great, you have to bring out that dog in you. You have to take the extra steps. You have to go the extra mile that other people aren't willing to go. And I think this was interesting because they were talking about most of the time you're born with it and sometimes you can develop it. I think that in myself, I have that dog in me. I just don't always know how to develop it or how to execute it. I'm really curious now. I want to see how far can I push myself. It's 1:14 in the morning right now. I'm making videos because I'm going to go on vacation, so I want to have stuff lined up to go up that I don't have to worry about it while I'm on vacation to get these videos up. It's something that I like doing, but at the same time, it's like I have purpose to fulfill and I have a mission and I want to do this. This is important to me, and that's that dog in me. This is changing me. Getting these videos out is changing me and bringing out the dog in me and helping me become a better man and a better entrepreneur and a better person. Eric Thomas was spit. Another guest who went on the show, his name is Tim Grover. Now, Tim Grover was a trainer slash coach who personally worked one-on-one with Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, a lot of other teams, a lot of other players. This guy is all about winning. He's all about winning. He has a book called Winning. He has a book called Relentless. This guy knows what's up. But the most impactful thing he said on the show, he asked Kobe Bryant what winning meant to him. Kobe replied with everything. Winning is everything. Kobe had a 20-year NBA career, and he won 5 NBA championships, meaning he spent 20 years to spend 5 days winning, because that's the end goal, was the championship, and to accumulate as many as he could. Yes, the All-Star games are cool. Yes, the MVPs are cool. But the fact that the NBA championship, the celebration, that's only one day. And then it's back to work. Maybe not the next day, but the winning of the game is one day. Another thing they talked about is the grind. Now, when you grind something, what happens to it? It returns to dust. But when you shape something, you take it from one form to another. But if you're just grinding at something, it's going to eventually wither away. You have to shape something. You have to become something new. shift from the person who doesn't work hard to the person who has the dog in them and wants to win and is relentless. Like, this show is really just putting a fire in my mind. It's connecting like thoughts that I had or like beliefs that I had to like people who actually talk about it and do it, and this is their thing. And now it's like a confidence is surrounding my beliefs now that I know that other people are out there talking about it, and like it's cool to witness and observe and consume. Another guest that went on the show, personal hero of mine, Gary Vaynerchuk. I really like what Gary has to say all the time. The most powerful thing he said in this episode is that it's all about the game. It's not about the money. It's not about the status. It's not about the material rewards. The reason he goes out always in an effort to be the best entrepreneur that he can be is because he's in the chase of the game. He loves the game. It's not about how much money can I make. It's not about how much followers can I gain today with this piece of content. He loves the game, and that's why he does it. And I think that's a very good takeaway for us all. And then finally, another guest who went out of 2 episodes. His name is Ed Mylett. Number 1. He said to always add 1 more. If I'm in the gym and I got to do 10 reps, I do 11. If I got to run 45 minutes, I run 46. If I need to say I love you to loved ones, I make sure I say it twice. Like, always say 1 more because you'll never regret it. And the reason you know the value of 1 more is because what if I said you can never do that thing again? You'll never be able to go to the gym. You'll never be able to say I love you. That makes it that much more valuable and connects the dot from being okay with mediocre to wanting excellence and greatness in what you do. He also talked about self-confidence, and self-confidence is formed by not lying to yourself. And it makes sense, right? If I can say something, I'm going to record 2 videos this week and put them out. If I can say that comfortably to another human, I know that it will be backed by action. It is confidence in myself. But if I said that and I don't do it, that is destroying my self-confidence because I'm a liar. I'm not honest with myself or with other people, but I'm doing it and taking action on the things that you say you're going to do. Following up, being persistent, doing the things that you say you're going to do is what gives you self-confidence. This show is really teaching me a lot of stuff about developing as a person, reinventing myself, reinventing my mind. And I want to share that with you. I wanted to share those key thoughts with you, and I'll be sharing more. I guarantee there will be a Jim Rohn podcast, Reinvention Project, episode 2, where I go over more tips and tricks that I've learned. This is what I love. This is what I do and what I really like to talk about. That does it for today's episode. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to The Journey. Peace.